Paul Paraka's journey from a celebrated legal mind to one of Papua New Guinea's most controversial figures is a story of ambition, power, and the fight for justice in a nation grappling with corruption. Spanning nearly 2 decades, this tale has captivated the nation, shaken the political establishment, and tested the resilience of the country's legal institutions. In the early 2000s, Paul Paraka became a dominant figure in PNG's legal scene. As the principal of Paul Paraka Lawyers, PPL, he ran what was once the largest law firm in the country. PPL was known for representing the government and major clients in high-profile cases. Paraka built a reputation as a skilled lawyer and mentor to many young professionals. For a time, he symbolized legal excellence in the country. However, between 2007 and 2011, the Department of Finance issued 65 checks worth over $162 million to Paraka's firm and associated entities. These payments, supposedly for legal services, were later discovered to be unauthorized and fraudulent. Investigators found that the funds were funneled through shell firms and fake invoices, sparking one of the largest financial scandals in PNG's history. On July 25, 2014, Paraka was arrested and charged with 5 counts of misappropriation, one for each year during which he allegedly misused government funds. The charges shocked the country and raised serious concerns about the integrity of the legal system and government accountability. In 2018, the committal court struck out 27 charges against Paraka, including conspiracy, stealing, and money laundering. The ruling stated that the charges, filed by the now-defunct Task Force Sweep, were invalid due to procedural breaches. At the time, some government officials claimed the payments were legal, and the case appeared to be losing momentum. However, public anger did not fade. Citizens and anti-corruption advocates demanded justice. Calls for renewed investigation intensified, and legal pressure on Paraka persisted. In May 2023, the tide turned. The National Court found Paul Paraka guilty on 5 counts of misappropriating $162 million in state funds. Justice Teresa Berrigan ruled that Paraka dishonestly applied public funds for his personal benefit, despite knowing he was not legally entitled to the payments. Then, on October 4, 2023, Paraka was sentenced to 20 years in prison. Justice Berrigan described the offense as a gross breach of public trust and a blow to public confidence in the legal system. Though the sentence could have reached 50 years, mitigating factors like Paraka's health and his previous contributions to the legal profession were considered. Paraka filed an appeal, arguing that the trial was flawed and the evidence insufficient. In December 2023, the Supreme Court granted him leave to appeal, recognizing that the matter deserved further scrutiny. However, in March 2025, a 3-judge Supreme Court bench unanimously dismissed the appeal, affirming both the conviction and the 20-year sentence. The court's final decision was hailed as a landmark in PNG's anti-corruption efforts. The case sparked significant political backlash. In February 2024, opposition leader Douglas Timuriesa and alternative Prime Minister Alan Bird publicly demanded the resignation of Prime Minister James Marape, alleging that he had a role in authorizing payments to Paraka. They accused Marape of avoiding accountability and called for a full investigation. Former Attorney General Karenga Kwa described the scandal as the biggest in PNG history. He questioned why Paraka was the only one jailed when senior public servants and politicians had facilitated the transactions. Kwa also criticized the lack of restitution and recovery of the stolen $162 million. The public was deeply divided. In Jawaka province, where Paraka is from, tensions rose. Police Commander Lamo ACI called for calm, urging the community to allow the legal process to unfold peacefully. Meanwhile, the government, under increasing pressure, pledged to strengthen the justice system. Prime Minister Marape announced increased funding for the judiciary and magisterial services in the 2025 national budget to ensure the rule of law is upheld as PNG approached its 50th independence anniversary. The Paul Paraka saga is not just a courtroom drama. It is a reflection of systemic weaknesses, political compromise, and the difficulty of pursuing justice in a deeply complex environment. While the courts ultimately held Paraka accountable, the case exposed gaps in law enforcement, political oversight, and financial regulation. As Papua New Guinea moves forward, the lessons from this case serve as a stern reminder: transparency, accountability, and justice must prevail if the nation is to build a better future.